My name is Mauricio, and I am 81 years old. 3 weeks ago, my wife died. Her name was Christina. We were married for 49 years. 49 years sharing a bed, sharing meals, sharing a life. And when she died, a part of me died with her. But it's not her death I want to talk to you about today. It's what her death taught me about life, about marriage, about all the time we wasted worrying about the wrong things. Because now that she's gone, now that I feel alone in this house we shared for almost half a century, I finally understand something I should have understood the first day we got married. I met Christina in 1974. I was 32. She was 28. We worked in the same office building in Guadalajara. I was an accountant at an import company. She was a secretary upstairs. We would see each other in the elevator, in the cafeteria. We would exchange polite smiles. Good morning, good afternoon, nothing more. One day in October it was raining heavily. I had forgotten my umbrella. I was standing in the building's entrance, watching the rain, trying to decide whether to run to my car or wait for it to stop. Christina got out of the elevator. She was carrying a blue umbrella. She looked at me and smiled. She said, "Do you need a ride to your car?" We walked together under her umbrella. She was shorter than me. I had to bend down a little. Our shoulders touched. And in those 30 seconds of walking in the rain, something changed. I felt something I'd never felt before. A warmth, a connection. When we got to my car, I thanked her. She smiled and started to walk away. I don't know what came over me, but I stopped her. I asked if she'd like to get coffee with me sometime. She was quiet for a moment. Then she nodded. She gave me her phone number written on a piece of paper she took from her bag. I called her that same night. We talked for 2 hours. About everything, about nothing, about our families, our jobs, our dreams. And when I hung up, I knew something important had begun. We went out for the first time the following weekend. We went to dinner at a modest restaurant. We talked all night. She told me about her family in Michoacán, about how she had moved to Guadalajara to look for better opportunities, about her dream of one day owning her own house with a big garden. I told him about my family, about how I had studied accounting because it was practical, not because I was passionate about it, about how I felt a little lost in life, as if I were waiting for something important to happen, but without knowing what it was. She took my hand across the table. She looked me straight in the eyes and she said, "Maybe I'm what you've been waiting for." He was right. We got married 6 months later. It was a small wedding. We didn't have the money for anything big, but Christina was radiant. I remember the way she looked at me when she said, "I do," as if I were the only thing that mattered in the world, as if everything she needed was standing right in front of her. The first few years were financially difficult. We rented a small apartment, 1 room, 1 kitchen, 1 bathroom. We and our few pieces of furniture barely fit, but we were happy, incredibly happy. Christina cooked simple but delicious meals. I would come home from work and find her singing in the kitchen. She would hug me. She would ask me about my day, and we would sit down to dinner together talking about everything, about our dreams, about the future, about the family we would have someday. We made love almost every night, not because it was particularly passionate or because we were particularly skilled, but because being near each other felt like being home, like being whole. Our first son, Javier, was born in 1976. Christina was in labor for 18 hours. I was with her the whole time, holding her hand, wiping the sweat from her forehead. When Javier was finally born, Christina was exhausted but smiling. She handed me the baby, and the 3 of us cried together. Our daughter, Monica, was born 2 years later in 1978. Another long labor, another night of holding Christina's hand, of seeing her strength, her determination, her love. With 2 children in a 1-bedroom apartment, things got tough. Javier cried at night. So did Monica. Cristina was exhausted. So was I. I worked long hours to support the family. She stayed home with the children. We started arguing about small things at first, about money, about being tired, about the stress of raising 2 young children in such a small space. The arguments became more frequent, more intense. I remember one night in 1979, we'd had a fight over something silly. I don't remember what. Probably money. I was so angry that I left the apartment. I walked the streets for hours, thinking, questioning whether we'd made a mistake, whether getting married had been a bad idea. When I got back, it was 3 in the morning. Cristina was awake, sitting in the living room. She'd been crying. She saw me come in and stood up. I thought she was going to yell at me, tell me I was an idiot for going out like that. But instead, she hugged me, and she started crying again. She said, "Don't leave me, please. I know it's hard. I know we're tired. I know we fight, but don't leave me. I need you." And I broke down because I realized I'd been selfish, that I'd been so focused on my own exhaustion, my own stress, that I hadn't seen hers, that she was struggling just as much as I was, maybe even more. I hugged her back. I told her I would never leave her, that we would work it out, that we were a team. That night, something changed in me. I realized that marriage wasn't easy, that it required work, commitment, choosing to stay even when it was difficult. In 1982, we finally saved enough to buy a small house, 2 rooms, a small garden. It wasn't the big garden Cristina had dreamed of, but it was ours. She cried when we signed the papers, with joy, with relief. The children grew up. Javier was quiet and studious. Monica was boisterous and creative, and Cristina was the glue that held everything together. She woke up early to make breakfast, packed lunches, helped with homework, and went to school meetings. I worked. I provided. I was present at meals, at some school events. But looking back, I realize I wasn't as present as I should have been. I was physically there, but mentally elsewhere. Worried about work, about money, about things that now seem insignificant. Cristina never complained. She never made me feel guilty. She just kept going, holding the family together, being the force that kept us together. In 1994, Javier went to university. In 1996, Monica did too. And suddenly, after 20 years of having children at home, Cristina and I were alone again. The first few months were strange. The house felt too big, too quiet. We didn't know what to do with all that empty space, with all that free time. But slowly, we began to rediscover each other. We started dating again, going to the movies, walking in the park, sitting down to dinner without interruptions, talking, really talking. Not just about the kids or the bills, but about us, about our dreams, about what we wanted to do with the rest of our lives. I retired in 2005, 63 years old. Cristina had stopped working when Javier was born, so I'd already been at home for almost 30 years. At first, I didn't know what to do with myself. I had worked for 40 years. My identity was tied to my work, but Cristina helped me adjust. She told me that now we had time for all the things we'd never been able to do, so we started traveling, short trips at first, to nearby towns, to beaches, then longer trips, to other parts of Mexico, to the United States once. Those years, from my retirement until 3 weeks ago, were the best of my life. Not because they were glamorous or exciting, but because we were finally living, really living, together. Every morning we woke up and had breakfast together, slowly, without rushing, talking about what we would do that day. Sometimes they were big plans, sometimes just going to the market, but we did it together. Christina had started having health problems in 2010. High blood pressure, diabetes, nothing serious at first, just things that required medication, regular checkups. I went with her to all her appointments. We made sure she took her medicine, that she ate well. But in 2020, things worsened. His heart began to give him trouble. Doctors said his diabetes had affected his cardiovascular system. He needed more medication, more checkups, more care. I became her caregiver, not in the way I had been with the children, but in a more intimate, more important way. I made sure she took her medicine on time. I prepared healthy meals for her. I helped her bathe when she was too weak to do it herself. And I never felt like I was making a sacrifice. I never felt like I was losing something, because taking care of her was a privilege. It was being able to give back a little of everything she had given me for 49 years. 6 months ago, the doctors told us that his heart was failing, that there wasn't much more they could do, that he might have months left, maybe a year if we were lucky. Christina took the news more calmly than I did. She took my hand. She told me she'd had a good life, that she had no regrets, that she loved me, that she had always loved me. The following months were the hardest of my life, watching the woman I loved weaken day by day, watching her body fail, watching the pain consume her. But she never complained, never asked, "Why me?" She just lived, every day, with as much grace as she could. A month ago, she had to be hospitalized. Her heart was too weak. The doctor said it was a matter of weeks, maybe days. I spent every moment in the hospital with her. I slept in a chair next to her bed. I held her hand. I talked to her. Sometimes she could answer. Sometimes she just squeezed my hand. Our children came. Javier with his wife and 2 children. Monica with her husband and daughter. They all said goodbye. They told her how much they loved her, how much she meant to them. On the last night, when everyone had left and we were alone, Christina opened her eyes. She looked at me, and in a barely audible voice she said, "Thank you for 49 beautiful years. I wouldn't change a thing. I love you, Mauricio. I've always loved you." Those were his last words. He died 3 hours later, peacefully, holding my hand. 3 weeks have passed since then. 3 weeks living in this house without her. 3 weeks waking up alone. 3 weeks eating alone. 3 weeks remembering every corner of this house we shared. And in these 3 weeks, I've thought a lot about our marriage, about 49 years together. And I've come to understand something that took me a lifetime to learn. Marriage isn't about the big moments. It's not about weddings or anniversaries or special vacations. It's about the small moments. Shared breakfasts, walks in the park, late-night conversations before bed. It's about being present, about choosing each other over and over again, day after day. There were times in our marriage when I wasn't the best husband. Times when I was too focused on work, too tired, too distracted. Times when Christina deserved more than I gave her. But she never kept count. She never held a grudge against me. She never made me feel like I wasn't enough. She just loved me, consistently, unconditionally. And now that she's gone, I realize how much time I wasted worrying about things that didn't matter. About money, about work, about impressing people I don't even remember now. I should have spent more time just looking at her, holding her hand, telling her how much she meant to me, because those moments, those little moments of connection, those are the ones that matter. Those are the ones I miss now. I miss her laugh, the way she wrinkled her nose when something amused her. I miss how she sang while cooking, always off-key, but with such joy. I miss how she looked at me over her glasses when she read. I miss how she snuggled up to me at night. I miss everything. This house feels empty without her, not just physically, but in a deeper way, as if her absence has left a void that nothing can fill. My children come to visit me. They bring me food. They make sure I'm okay. They invite me to stay with them. But I always come back to this house, because this is where I can still feel her. In every corner, in every object, in every memory. Sometimes I talk to her. I know she's not here. I know she can't hear me. But I talk to her anyway. I tell her about my day, about the grandchildren, about how much I miss her, about how I don't know how to do this without her. And in those moments when I talk to her, I can almost hear her answer. I can almost feel her hand in mine. I can almost believe she's still here. But then reality hits, and I realize I'm alone, that I spent 49 years with my best friend, my partner, my love, and now I have to learn to live without her. People tell me the pain will lessen with time, that eventually I'll be able to remember her without it hurting so much. But I'm not sure I want the pain to go away, because the pain is all I have left of her. It's proof that she was real, that what we had mattered. Here's what I've learned after 49 years of marriage and 3 weeks of widowhood. If you have someone you love, someone you share your life with, don't take anything for granted. Don't assume they'll have more time. Don't put off saying the words you need to say. Tell her you love her, today, now. Not when it's more convenient, not when the moment is perfect, now. Hold her hand when you walk together. Kiss her forehead before she falls asleep. Ask her about her day and truly listen to the answer. Because these small acts of love, these simple gestures, are what build a life together. And when the end comes, when one of you has to say goodbye, you don't want to be filled with regrets. You don't want to be thinking about all the times you were too busy, all the times you were too tired, all the words you never said. I was lucky. 49 years with Christina, 49 years of love. It wasn't perfect. We had our fights, our difficult moments, but it was real, it was true. And I wouldn't change a single day, but if I could go back, I would tell her I love you more often. I would hug her tighter. I would pay more attention to the little moments, because those little moments become your whole life. And when that life ends, those moments are all you have. I'm 81 years old. I don't know how much time I have left, but I know that each day without Christina is harder than the last. I know that a part of me died with her. I know I will never be whole again. But I also know I was incredibly lucky. I was loved by an extraordinary woman for 49 years. I had a life full of love, of family, of moments I cherish. And if I could speak to anyone reading this who is in a relationship, who has someone special in their life, this is what I would tell them. Don't wait. Don't postpone. Don't take for granted that they'll have tomorrow, because maybe they won't. And when the end comes, when you have to say goodbye, you want to be able to look back without regrets. You want to know that you loved completely, that you said the important words, that you were present, that you valued every moment. Because in the end, that's all that matters. Not the money you earned, not the work you did, not the things you bought, but the love you gave, the connections you made, the lives you touched. Christina touched my life in ways I can never fully express. She made me better. She made me happier. She made me whole. And now that she's gone, all I can do is honor her memory by living the way she would have wanted, loving our family, being kind, being present. If this resonates with you, if you have someone in your life you love, share it. Share it as a reminder that time is precious, that the people we love won't be here forever, that we need to say the important words while we still can. And leave me a comment. Tell me about the person you love, about what they mean to you, because these love stories, these human connections are the most important thing we have. Subscribe, because I have more to share, more about love, about loss, about living after the person you love is gone. I won't be here forever, none of us will, but while I am here, I want to use my story to remind you to cherish what you have, while you still have it. Christina was my world, my best friend, my love. And although she is no longer physically here, she lives on in every memory, in every lesson she taught me, in the love we shared, and that in the end is all that matters. Love, real love, deep, lasting. Don't waste it. Don't take it for granted. Live it fully while you can. Because when it's over, when the person you love is gone, all you'll have left are the memories. And you want those memories to be filled with love, with presence, with moments that mattered. 49 years weren't enough. It never would have been enough, but I'm grateful for every day, every moment, every memory. I love you, Christina. I will always love you, until we meet again.